Hello. Okay, so I just want to go over some things about Western Flyer Express. I started with Western Flyer Express about 2.5 months ago. I thought it was going to be a good lease purchase opportunity, all to find that it was worse than being paid by a mega carrier as an employee. It was absolutely terrible. And I want you guys to know about this. I think it's important that you not make the same mistake that I made. First, I'm going to start with the travel to orientation. When you travel to orientation, they will reimburse you. So that's a plus on their side. They will reimburse you for your travel. Second, orientation runs Monday through Friday, or Monday through Wednesday, and you're usually out of there Wednesday night or Thursday morning with a load. The way that it works is you go through the normal orientation routine you would with any company. You do your analysis test, and they get you ready. They weed out anybody that didn't qualify. So, with that being said, let me get into their lease. They pay approximately $1.10 to $1.17, depending on if you go reefer. It's higher. How much experience you have, it's higher. It's capped out. And their fuel surcharge that they reimburse you for is half of the amount set by the Department of Energy. So I don't know where that money goes. The other half of it, I don't know if they charge it. I don't know what the deal is, but I know it's pathetic because you are paying for the fuel. So out of that pathetically small amount that they're giving you per mile, you are paying for the fuel. They are restricting you to Pilot Flying J's only. You can't fuel anywhere else. You just absolutely can't do it. You can call for an override if you're about to run out of fuel, but you can't fuel anywhere else. They send you on a lot of loads to California, which, as we all know, or if you're, if you have trucking experience, you already know California fuel is expensive. If they're going to run you around California, with a 44,000 pound load, you're going up mountain grades into California, and you're putting around California at 55 miles an hour. You may get a little better gas mileage or fuel mileage because of that, but in the long run, you're going to be paying a lot. I averaged it out in California. I'm paying on average, 43 cents per mile is what when I did California runs for them, I was paying for fuel. Now that's subtracted from your cent per mile that you're getting. On top of that, you're also subtracting 23 cents per mile for your lease. That's both maintenance and your per mile rate for your lease combined. Weekly, you're paying several $100s for a flat lease fee. You're also paying for your $22.90 taxes. That's your truck taxes. You're paying for your bobtail insurance, your occupational accident insurance, your Qualcomm. You're paying for everything. Okay? Now, this would make perfect sense if you were getting a percentage of gross of the load, which you're not. You're getting a flat rate. They could be making $3.50 a mile for all you know off that load. They're giving you pennies. So all in all, I'm going to break it down, make it real simple for you. They pump you up. They make you think you're going to make a lot of money. Okay? I've been an owner-operator in the past. I've owned my own truck, and I made decent money. I had some truck issues. That's why I don't own a truck anymore. But I can tell you this. They pump the numbers up. You will not make what they tell you you will make. If you are okay with running 3,400 miles a week and only getting a $900 to $1,100 paycheck, then I guess this is for you if you're fine with that. But, that's a lot of work. Right now, you're running emergency relief load, so you're not, you don't have to really adhere to the restrictions, the hours of service restrictions. If you're hauling reefer or food, emergency relief exemption items, the company does have a 14-hour policy where you can run 14 hours and then you have to take a break, but they don't enforce that. So, there's some guys out there that are running 4,000 miles a week, and they're making $1,200, $1,200 or $1,300 for 4,000 miles. I've talked to a driver that's what he gets. It's pathetic. There are plenty of companies out there, if you want to be an independent contractor, that pay 65 to 70 cents per mile, depending on your endorsements. And they straight pay you. They don't take anything else out. There's so many other options. But if you are the type of person that is perfectly fine with your bottom line, your deposit in your account being 41 cents a mile or 40 cents a mile for a solo driver, then go to WFX. I mean, it's great for you if, you don't mind living like a homeless person in your truck. When I left them, I gave them a 10-day notice. It was right before Thanksgiving that I actually turned the truck in. I cleaned it. I made sure everything was good to go. They texted, I texted back and forth, talked with the fleet manager, talked with retention. Retention told me, hey, you know what? We will not, mess around with your paycheck. We'll make sure that you get your last check before Thanksgiving. We've got families. We understand that. No, didn't happen. Didn't happen. I got the cold shoulder. I got the runaround. I had a terrible Thanksgiving. They keep a week back on your pay. So by the time I left, I had 2 weeks worth of work that I had not yet been paid for. And yeah. So now we're at 3 weeks without pay. 3 weeks without pay. And I don't know about you, but there's not many people that can survive 3 weeks without pay. We all have got bills to pay: rent, mortgage, car payments, insurance. There's a lot of things that we have to take care of. We have to take care of our families. And that's just something that obviously WFX really doesn't care about. I finally today, after waiting now 3 weeks since my last paycheck, I gave them a call, emailed. It's really hard to get in touch with anybody. Nobody really returns your phone calls. They don't really care. They could care less about you. You're just a number. They don't care. They finally emailed me and told me that they mailed me a check. They've been depositing it the entire time, but now they've mailed me a check. So that's probably going to be another week before I get it. That's 4 weeks from the last time I got paid. That's a whole month without a penny from this company. This isn't the only issue. I mean, why, part of the reason I left wasn't just this pay. There are other things. This maintenance fee that you're paying, I think it's 12 cents per mile. Ends up being about 20 grand a year that you end up paying, or 20 grand over the life of your lease, maybe more, depending on what type of truck you got. But I'll let you know right now, on average, their trucks there, when you lease them, you're going to be paying them $100,000. That's for maintenance and for the truck. If you get a nicer, newer truck, you may be in the area of $150,000 to $200,000. If you want to lease a truck and get paid nothing for the next 2.5 to 5.5 years, if you think you can make it that long, making nothing, then WFX is for you. I'm sure people complete their leases there, but my honest opinion is if somebody is willing to work for that amount of money to lease a truck that's going to be old by the time they start profiting off of it, they're not making a very good decision. They're making a very poor decision, because by the time they get that truck in their hands to actually run miles on it, it's not going to be, it's going to be depreciated so low that you're not going to, you get nothing out of it. It may need a rebuild. You don't know. I mean, they charged me $500 or $480. I want to be good with my numbers here. $480 because a fuel gauge didn't work and I ran out of fuel in the middle of a city. This is 2 weeks into working for them. Fuel gauge issues. I've never, not one time in my 5 years of driving have I ever ran out of fuel. But they charged me for it. They charged me for it. I have a maintenance account. I pay that maintenance fee, but they charged me for it. They don't, detention. You want to get paid for detention? Oh, wow. Yeah. You'll be calling 3-4 times a week for weeks. It took them a month and a half to pay me for the only detention that I ever got. I sat at a shipper for 12 hours. I ended up getting $150 after begging them for weeks to pay me that detention. They won't do it. They just don't pay detention. And I'm not the only one that, I've heard other drivers and other reviews about them never paying detention. They just don't do it. They don't care. They'll bill for it. I guarantee you, audit their loads, which you have a right to do. Audit their loads. They bill for it. They keep track of every penny they can make, but they don't care about you and how much money you're going to make. They just don't care. You're cannon fodder. As soon as you're gone, they got 10 others behind you. Okay? 10, 15 others a week behind you. Getting in the trucks. Instead of retaining drivers, truly retaining drivers, paying them what they're worth, they would rather just go through drivers. Hope that the naive stay. Hope that the, people that, don't really stand up for themselves stay. If you're experiencing problems with these trucking companies, stand up for yourself. Get out of the situation. Find a better carrier. Don't put up with being underpaid. You're out there on the road. You're working. You're living on that truck for them. You are living on that truck for them. Okay? If you're not being paid fairly for dedicating your life to that company, then that company's not worth an ounce of your time. Okay? So, you go through orientation, they give you $100 cash in your hand, they give you $1 bill to pay your lease off at the end of your lease. But that lease is full of so many holes, and I'm not going to show you the lease. I'm not going to show you any paperwork. I wouldn't put it past this company to try to sue me for releasing confidential information. There's a lot of stipulations in that contract you signed with them. But I will tell you right now, I'm 100% honest with what I'm telling you. This company doesn't care. They will charge you every penny they can charge you. They will use you up, chew you up, and spit you out. So if you have any questions about Western Flyer Express, you want any information, reach out in the comments below. Let me know. I will give you any information that I'm aware of with this company. And I've been through quite a lot in just 2 months, but thank God I got out of it, because I would be in the same boat I'm in right now with no money from them paying me if I would have continued working for them. It would have made a difference. I might as well just, be at home. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you watching this review. Like, subscribe, whatever. I'm making this for your benefit, not for mine. I hope you don't go to work for this crappy company. They should be ashamed of themselves. Thank you.